All right, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today is a very chill video, and I know I say that every time. It's just because we're busy, like usual. There's always things to do. But today I'm gonna take you guys through some of the main things that I use every day, and that is going to entail a lot of training related things. I kind of try to tailor that to this YouTube channel. So, you know, it's gonna go over like what I use on the bike, what shoes I use, all those fun things. So that's what I'm gonna talk about today, but I'm also gonna kind of vlog the day for you guys because I enjoy it and it's pretty fun to do. So we just got home from school, and obviously the main thing I do when I get home, obviously put everything up, of course, but I take care of the ducks because it's that chill time of the day before we get started with some work and just take care of some work for the day. But yeah, that's what we're doing right now. We're taking care of the ducks. School overall was pretty chill. I had a meeting I had to be there a little earlier for this morning, so we've been up and at 'em a little earlier than usual, but it's fine. Yeah, pretty chill day at school. Got some welding done. You know how it is, it's pretty chill, but taking care of these quacks now. You guys are so funny. Let's see if they like the camera. Hey, what's up? Doing the usual refill their water, of course. It's actually getting a little warmer. It's like 33 out compared to like 10 the past 10 days. It's been like 10 degrees, like religiously. And it's just not fun, obviously. You guys know that. But these ducks still need water, of course. But it's just like crazy because like, I was talking with my mom yesterday. I was like, dude, I'll be so glad when all the straw can be picked up and all the straw can go out of here because it just makes everything so messy. And it doesn't make it as clean. I don't know, it's just like one of those things where it's like I'm just done, you know? Nobody really likes, I mean, at least I don't like winter. I don't prefer it. If I could choose one season to have all the time and not have any other seasons, absolutely spring. Spring or summer, one of the two. I wouldn't even really care that much. I would much rather be sweating up a storm right now than out here in frigid temperatures and all that. But the foot of snow we got is kind of starting to melt, sort of. I don't really know. I don't think it knows either, but it's always fun because the ice that forms on the ground, they slip and slide on it. They'll be walking and their legs are just... Yeah, so I'm gonna get their house cleaned out now, and the usual stack, I like to call it every day, so I won't bore you guys with that. You see me do it before, so yeah, I'll cut to the next thing. Probably gonna be something food related because I got some cool things to talk about with that. So I'll see you in the kitchen. There's the dirt bike, Pride and Joy right there. She's in hibernation right now, but literally cannot live without this flip up screen. It is so helpful. I mean, I can live without it, but okay. So as far as like product, like flow of everything, oh my goodness. Flow of everything with taking care of the ducks and everything. I try to make it as easy as possible without having to make a bunch of trips to the barn. So what I like to do is I use these like Tidy Cats buckets, and they work great because they got a sealed lid and they're watertight. They can't be submerged, of course, but I have a big ton of food in here, and then I just basically fill this up for like, I give it like 8 scoops, and they normally take 1 scoop a day, so about 7 days. They eat a lot more in the winter, so it takes a couple more scoops. They use a little more food in the winter, which makes sense because obvious reasons, but also mix in mealworms in the winter because it's some more nutrition, so they can lay more eggs. I don't mix in a lot. That's probably about it that I'll do, and then I'll just get this to the level and mix it all in. And honestly, owning ducks isn't like, if you were to ask me, is it like the most hard thing to do? I wouldn't say it's the most hard thing. You know, obviously livestock is, in any type of animal, pet, livestock, is going to be hard to own. There's going to be challenges. There's going to be things that come with it. But I mean, the reward is just so much greater. The joy of watching them play in the water in the summer, Hence the word why I like summer more. Hence the term why I like summer more. But it's just so much more rewarding. It's like now is like where it really kicks into how much value it holds to you, you know, the winter when everything, like last video, like I said, everything is just tested and everything, but yeah. That ought to be pretty good. All right. And then, of course, I can't live without mealworms and their water, so I gotta get the mealworms here. Hey, you're staying right there. Okay. Now I will say the most expensive thing owning ducks is these right here. $40 for this bag, bro. And it's literally dried fly larvae or whatever, mealworms. My nose is running. Yeah, 40 bucks. Dude, crazy. I mean, it's fine. It's just like ducks, it really benefits them because it has the protein and the niacin they need and all that in it as well. It's a good snack for them, but I know I said see you in the kitchen, but I'm clearly not in the kitchen yet, so. Because I like talking and I like videoing. Now this bag would just close, but I'm wearing gloves, so it just. As far as nutrition goes for lunch, I try to hit my marks at least at breakfast and lunch and allow more time for dinner, for the more enjoyable foods, whatever that may be. But as far as lunch goes, Sunday I meal prep chicken and rice, and so basically this is Cajun seasoned chicken with white rice, and I'll throw some shredded cheese in there, some barbecue sauce, and I just try to keep it flavorful. This obviously hits a lot of the things I need, a lot of the core vitamins, all those things in here. Obviously I pair that with eggs at breakfast, so as far as a vitamin standpoint, I'm obviously hitting the marks there. Fiber is getting higher. As far as it's been on the lower end just because it's hard to keep fiber intake because there's not a lot of fibrous foods anymore that are readily available anyways, but try to eat more nuts and stuff like that. But yeah, so Cajun seasoned chicken and rice, keep it simple. Okay, so I won't go too in depth here, but I will show you some of like the main things I use. And honestly, I try to keep it pretty simple. I try to keep the whole thing, like all of my equipment that I use from day to day in training, I try to keep it as easy and as simple as possible. Because the more you overcomplicate it and the more you complicate it, the harder it's going to be just in general. So I try to keep it pretty easy, stuff that's reliable, stuff that works, stuff that I can use and count on. So starting off, because they're right here, these are my cleats that I use for cycling. These are the Shimano RC3s, RC302s if you want to be specific. But I know what I wanted is I wanted ones with a little boa tightening on here. That's how you tie them. You push this down and then it basically tightens. But yeah, it's pretty cool and something I've definitely wanted to pay for. I was like, take my money, please. So I use those, and then I'll start here and I'll show you some other things that aren't here, but this is kind of like my whole like fitness little corner, as you can tell. Helmet, of course. This is one of the main things I got for Christmas that has honestly helped so much, and this is the Coros heart rate monitor. So this is not like the Garmin one that goes around your stomach. I've heard a lot of those can just get disgusting, and I don't want that, so I got the one that goes on your arm. I normally put it on my left arm because I found that if you have a tattoo, it's actually harder for it to find and read the data because it's transmitting through a tattoo. So that made a lot of sense. I spent like a month like really frustrated because sometimes it would just like drop off and not read anymore. So yeah, that's pretty fun. But like I said, I'm not going to go too in depth here. I just want to show you the main things I use. I've used this guy for probably 3 years now, and it's honestly great. It's super reliable. I use it mainly for the teardrop muscle here and the calves. But that's really all I use it for, because I used to use it for all of my muscles on my legs because it's really all you can use it for. But I use this foam roller now. I literally use this thing every day, and I don't know what I would do without it. And I don't know why I didn't get one sooner, because this thing is great. It's great for rolling out, and it's helped my hamstrings so much, especially since I've been more cycling more now. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more cycling since I decided not to do the half marathon, because really, I could talk about more about that, but because really it's just a lot, and it's a lot to add to my plate, and I don't need to do that right now. So not doing a half marathon, but it's okay because I'm fine and I'm content with that. The sunglasses, since they're right here, these are the Rock Bros sunglasses. I love them because they got the rubber on here. These sunglasses don't, so they fall a lot, but have spare pieces in here as well, so it's really nice. Yeah, these are really nice to have. I normally don't use these as much as I use these because, well, if I did that, honestly, they'd probably get broken and scratched like these do. But yeah, those are always nice to have. Obviously, excuse me, I do a lot of lifting. I do a lot of, obviously, cycling. I use these for that as well. I honestly use these a lot, not just for a lot of it's for gym stuff and fitness stuff, but really, I love these so much. These are the Skull Candy Crusher 2s, Crusher Evos. These don't have the noise cancellation, mainly because I don't need it, and I love them. They do what I need to. They're simple, and that's why I love them. They're not AirPods, because AirPods sometimes have a hard time staying in my ears, especially when I'm sweating. So these are great. They get really loud, and my favorite part is the bass. It has a little bass knob here, and you can just crank it, and it sounds so good. I have that on all the time. Battery life is great too. I can probably get, honestly, realistically, a whole month out of those and not have to worry. But I charge them probably once every 2 weeks. I have a couple other things to show you, so next clip. I think this pretty much covers everything other than the bike, which I'll show you here in a little bit. But here's all my gear. I don't have a lot. I feel like this is a lot for me, but compared to what other people have, this is like not a lot at all, but it's fine because this worked for me. I literally got all this off of Amazon, and honestly, I have nothing to complain about except the first pair of bibs. My first pair of bibs is these guys. These are Przewalski. I don't know. It's nothing name brand, but I don't know. They're just kind of tight, and I don't like them. The pad is nice in them. The chamois is nice in them, but that's really all they're good for. The straps don't. I have a bigger chest, and so the straps do not accommodate very well. But let me tell you, these guys, these are InBikes. Now I know I got these off Amazon, but honestly I love these so much. They're way lighter, they're way more just better quality, and I love how they fit. Like the fit is just almost perfect. I don't even want to try any other pairs. I'm sure I'll try like Rapha or NeoPro or Map later down the road, but honestly these do so well that I don't even really think about getting any new ones because I don't have anything to complain about with these. So these get used a lot more than those. So yeah, I've literally used these almost every single ride unless they're dirty, and I will use the original ones, which is not, there's nothing wrong with them. Honestly, I wear these at the end of the day to obviously save my bottom area. But yeah, so these are great. I love these so much. And the straps actually do not go to the side, like on my chest, like they actually go like in front, which is a lot better, a lot more comfortable. So yeah, I really like those. This jersey, this is a quarter zip one. I like this one. I like the pockets in the back. I like that it has a zipper. This one is nice. I like the color because the color looks really good. But I like this one. The only problem is that if you get hot, you can't really unzip the entire thing. That is why I got this guy, because this is a full-on jersey jacket, if you want to call it, and honestly, it just fits so much better. The sleeves are longer, and I got this off Amazon too, but the sleeves are longer, and it helps a lot. Like, the sleeves aren't in my armpits, like most shirts. This doesn't have zipper pockets, but the pockets are really good on these. They're deep, so I don't have to worry about anything falling out. I did like a 20-mile ride outdoors, kind of rough, and my phone didn't even try to fall. Oh my goodness. No way. I just found a zipper. This is amazing. I literally just found this. Let's put my phone. No way. My phone fits in like none of these zipper pockets. Shocker. Yo. I don't know how good that would work though. Might not fit my phone, but it would fit like my keys or something. Which honestly, probably putting keys in here is not the smartest because, yeah, if I were to wreck or anything, I don't want a key stabbing into my side. So yeah, probably not a good idea. But like a gel or something, or just something you want to like keep, like a wallet. Perfect wallet, like my little magnetic wallet I take with me if I like stop somewhere. That would be perfect to throw in here. That's cool. Well, I just went off like a minute and a half rant about a zipper that I never even knew existed on these. So these are great. I love these so much. So this is like the best angle I have to work with, to be honest. So recently, well, I guess back in December 5th, I believe, I want to say, I got my Wahoo Kicker Core 2. It is right here. I got my Wahoo Kicker Core 2. This thing is sweet. That's my favorite part. It dings and it just rings forever. I love it. I got the Zwift cog on it. Basically, I could explain that much in depth, but I don't really need to bore you with that. So yeah, that's really fun. I like that a lot. It's really nice. It's been really nice having a form of training in the winter and not losing so much progress or not really gaining any progress as in past years. So this is really nice to have. Recently I also got clip pedals back at the beginning of January. Finally got clipless pedals to actually finally clip in, and it's just been life-changing. It took like a week and a half to adjust to the load it put on my hamstrings, because before I didn't have a lot of load on my hamstrings because I was just pushing with flat pedals, but now I'm actually pushing and pulling. So yeah, it was nice. It's nice to actually have that now. And I really don't have an issue with it, knock on wood, on the road. Like I know when to clip out and when to not. I'm sure it's bound to happen that I'm just going to forget to unclip and then fall over in front of everyone, and it's going to be when everyone is around, not when it's just me. So it is what it is. But so this bike, when I got this bike, this is a Giant Contend AR4. It's in a large to fit a 6'1", 6'2" person. And when I got this, it had these tires on them, and I ran these tires for a long time. I got this bike back in September of 25, but it had these, I would more like to say road. They like to market these as gravel, little, moderate gravel ready, but honestly they're more road. They did great. I liked them. I didn't really have any issues with them, but I decided to upgrade because I want to do some gravel, and I think gravel would be fun. So I got the Pana Racer Gravel King SKs. These things are pretty sweet. I have not even rode on gravel with them yet. The only reason I can say they're sweet is because of what I've heard from the people that I know that use these. And they also look pretty cool. I like the brown sidewall. It really adds some, like, I guess, accent to the bike. I don't know. But it's pretty cool having these. I like how they look. And it'll be nice to ride gravel. We have a lot of gravel roads and gravel trails and off-road trails. It'd be fun to really rip some off-road trails here in the summer. But yeah, I think I covered everything for the bike as far as like main things I use. I don't really bore you with everything, but yeah, this is the setup. This is where I spend a lot of time. It's just in this little corner, pedaling away. Obviously, I use an iPad for Zwift, so that works out great. My iPad does great with that. Never had any issues, and the battery does well. So no problem with that. This is a weighted vest. This is a 30-pound weighted vest. I use this mainly when I'm just wanting to do some active recovery. So if I'm going to go on a walk, I'll throw this baby on. It can hold my phone in here really well. So it's really nice to have. I got it for Christmas, so I've only been able to use it, I think, twice. But when summer comes around, I actually do a lot of landscaping and lawn care. So I do a lot of weed eating. So that would be great to throw on at the beginning of like a day and then just wear it all day and just burn some extra calories, because why not? But make me overall stronger. I'm trying to think if I've covered everything as far as like the essentials. Obviously my hat, don't know what I would do without that. Something I've got here recently, also for Christmas, is knee sleeves. So I've had some issues in the past with squatting in particular, where my knees are not the most stable, and that's pretty normal for people that squat and squat heavier weight. And obviously I'm squatting a lot heavier than my body weight, so my knees are not ready for that. They're not ready for that impact. So I throw knee sleeves on, and these are great. These are Gym Reapers. I think these are off Amazon, I want to say, but they work great. I've used them for the past, ever since I got them, and it's probably been at least 5 leg days, and they've done great. I'll use them again tomorrow, and it's just like, I don't know, like it keeps everything just very intact here, if that makes sense. Like my knees just feel very strong. And honestly, there's no shame. There's some people that have shame using knee sleeves. I don't, because I think if you can benefit your knees and protect them from hurting, I think by all means do it. But that's all I can think of. Other than that, I think I got it all. Yeah, I think that's it. But I'm sure there's something else I'm missing, but it's fine. But that is pretty much what I use, the essentials for training, and what I use training day-to-day life. So yeah, I'll see you in the next clip. Probably gonna be some sort of outro. Yeah, I don't know. I love water too. That was random. Oh, also, I don't know if you know the meme, the penguin meme, but I printed it off on a paper and I put it on the wall because that's just awesome. I love the meaning behind it. Be the penguin. Anyways, I don't know. It's just like I can walk over here, look up, and see that. And it's just like lights of fire inside of me. I'm just like, oh, let's go. But yeah, I'm just pretty much yapping now. Okay, so just to kind of wrap all that up, I kind of showed you everything that I do with training and all the different amenities that I am so grateful to have, all the different ways to train, and just it really is something to appreciate very, very, very much so. And I just wanted to kind of show you guys what I have and what I use and what is used day to day, and maybe you guys can find some things that you want to get or whatever, because it works for me and that's what I like and I enjoy it. So yeah, it's really nice. It's really nice to have all those different tools and be able to use and all those things. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to, yeah, like I said, I just want to show you guys. And I want to kind of take you along for a little vlog. There wasn't much to vlog, but we had a good lunch, and it was overall a good day. About to eat some dinner here very, very soon. And yeah, I don't really have anything to complain about today, so that's good. But I know I mentioned earlier that I told you guys that the half marathon is not a go, at least right now in my life, and it really isn't. I really needed to just, get a rain check on where I'm at in my life. And, it's hard for me to kind of stop and look at my plate and look at how full it is already, and to just appreciate the momentum that I have right now, and to be grateful for that and not try to add something more to it. And sometimes that's hard to understand, and sometimes that's hard to accept because you want to do these big things, but it's just not destined for me right now, and I'm okay with that. Maybe a year ago me would have got a little more mad, a little more frustrated with that answer, but I really had to understand that. So that's okay. It's okay if that doesn't work out. We're still training hard, and so instead of doing that, we're going to see how consistent we can be. We're going to see how consistent we can keep clicking out 8-hour weeks, hitting our marks in training, and just all the fun stuff. So, and I'm totally content with that. Sometimes it doesn't need a finish line. It doesn't need anything of that, because like Nick Bare said, and it resonated with me so much, he said that commitment has no finish line. And he's really, really true with that. So I don't know. I wanted to kind of tell you guys about that and inform you about that. So if you are adding to your plate and you don't know if it's the best decision, maybe look at your plate right now. Is it really worth adding something else? If you have that choice, of adding something else, is it worth it right now? Or can it wait? Is it something that can wait, like a goal, a race, or anything of that sort? But if you can take something away from this, I appreciate it. And I appreciate you guys for watching. And yeah, I'm gonna go eat some really, really good dinner, and I appreciate each and every single one of you. So make one another happy, smile, and appreciate the time that other people devote to spend with you. Have a good one. See ya.